It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Tuesday, the 23rd of October. I'm Michael Groff. Some active weather across the eastern half of Arizona today. We'll be right on the edge of that. Scattered to numerous showers, some storms, maybe a few severe storms later this afternoon, but then we'll start to dry out and warm up for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Let's talk about it as we look at the almanac from yesterday. 89 degrees for the high, 69 for the morning low. And outside right now here at 5:45 a.m., mostly cloudy skies in the valley. High clouds out there at this point. 73 degrees to start this day at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 54, humidity 50%. Winds are light, barometer is falling. Temperatures across the area this morning, mid-60s in the cool spots like around Thompson Peak, but most of us upper 60s to middle 70s. Checking the radar right now, a few showers and storms off to the northeast up toward Payson. We had some strong storms around the Fountain Hills and Fort McDowell area around 3:30 to 4 o'clock this morning, putting down some hail and some strong gusty winds there. And that'll certainly be a possibility mostly to our east today, which we'll define in just a moment. Here's the water vapor satellite view. Our troublemaker here, the short wave that's been responsible for this active weather the last few days. It'll be moving through finally today. So this should be the last day that we have chances of storms around here. On the watch warning map, dense fog advisories in southeast New Mexico and west Texas. Otherwise, most of the country is very quiet, which is pretty typical for latter October. Convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms in eastern Arizona, pretty much on a line from Nogales up to Casa Grande, the extreme east portion of the metro area, Queen Creek, Apache Junction, and then further up to the north and east toward Payson, Winslow. Our friends over in Eager, Arizona, you're in the marginal risk too. And the big threat from storms today should be large hail. We've seen that from storms over the last few days, so be aware of severe hail, greater than an inch in diameter in size. And some strong damaging winds will also be possible from storms this afternoon. And, Mother Nature doesn't follow these maps exactly, so of course we could see an isolated severe storm anywhere in the metro area today, but obviously the big threat is further to the east. All right, checking the tropics in the East Pacific, there's Willa, our major hurricane. It was briefly a Category 5 yesterday, now down to a Category 3. Max sustained winds 130 miles per hour, and it'll be moving on to the Mexican coast later today, bringing destruction and devastation, and obviously flooding rains will be a big concern across much of central Mexico and even into parts of Texas as this system winds down. And speaking of rainfall, here's the WPC outlook, valid through next Tuesday morning. And this has got almost nothing for us here in the valley. Some heavier totals across eastern Arizona. Your amount will vary. An isolated spot could see more than this. We had an automatic rain gauge at Coolidge register over 2 inches of rain in about an hour from a storm on Sunday night. That's the kind of atmosphere we have around here. Isolated, really torrential downpours are possible. Let's get into the details of our weather now. To do that, we'll explore the models. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's our upper short wave that'll be moving through today. Some fast-moving air aloft, a diffluent flow across eastern Arizona. So down at the surface, well, we're partly cloudy here in the valley today. Actually, I'd say we're mostly cloudy this morning, but we'll see more sun coming out by this afternoon. And a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms here, scattered to numerous showers over eastern Arizona. We're just right on the edge of all of this action. Highs this afternoon in the mid-80s. Taking a look at the high-resolution models, this is the HRRR at noon today, and it's got some showers and storms just to our east across central and northern Pinal and into Gila County, extreme eastern Maricopa County. Some of these storms could be kind of intense. And obviously, showers and storms building up along the rim as well. By 4 o'clock this afternoon, those continue to move off to the north and northeast. Some new storms may develop to the south. And again, an isolated storm could pop up here in the valley. Don't be surprised. It's just they're not going to be widespread. Not everybody's going to get wet. Looking at the atmospheric instability, this is the CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy this afternoon. And values somewhere between 500 and 1,000 joules per kilogram for the most part here across Arizona. So the atmosphere is buoyant. Certainly there is instability, and that's going to be what fuels the stronger to potentially isolated severe storms today. But then as we get into tonight, we'll start to clear out, dry out, and lows will be in the 60s to around 70. Tomorrow, mostly sunny here in the valley. Highs, again, mid-80s, mid to upper 80s on Thursday as high pressure slowly noses in from the west. should be near 90 on Friday with mostly sunny skies. I'd say 87 to 90. Same thing on Saturday and Sunday. Now, as we get into early next week, the pattern starts to change quite a bit here. We've got a trough developing over the Pacific Northwest on Monday. We're still dry here in the valley with highs in the mid to upper 80s. A week from today, this is Tuesday, the 30th, the trough now over the Rockies, and the pattern is beginning to amplify quite a bit. Cooler air would start to sneak its way in here, but we would still stay dry, highs low to mid 80s. Here's Wednesday, the 31st, Halloween. We've got a trough now in the northern plains, a follow-up short wave moving through the northern and central Rockies. And again, we're still dry. We're on the dry side of all this. At least that's how it looks for now. But keep in mind, things can change. We've seen a lot of different looks on the models here for next week. And then here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Thursday, the 1st of November. Boy, you want to talk about a high amplitude pattern. There it is, 594 ridge. Goodness, that's a summertime ridge over the Northeast Pacific and a deep trough over the west and out into the Central Plains. A strong northerly flow ushering in some Arctic air here across the west. If this verifies, it's a 1042 millibar high centered near Dillon, Montana. And the very cold air is just north of Arizona. It likely stays just north of Arizona, although temperatures will be coming down here. We'd likely be in the 70s if this is correct. Speaking of temperatures, let's take a look at those coming off of the GFS ensemble through the period at or above normal readings for the rest of the month. But then as we head into November, temperatures coming down as indications of a pattern flipper out there just beyond 10 days. And we would go below average, and a real taste of fall comes in here once again. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Plus, your comments, questions, suggestions, always encouraged as well. Otherwise, be safe out there and have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday.